Okay. Oh, hello, everybody. Didn't see you guys there. Hey, I was just scribbling down some last-second notes before we start Polymac Particles. I'm back at the home base. I got to tell you what, man. It feels great to be back home. After you've been in Vegas for 4 effing days, breathing in all that secondhand smoke. Bro, I'm walking by like 375-pound guys just pulling levers on slots, drilling butts. I'm like, God damn. Every time I'm just trying to get into my room like an innocent, like I'm a babe in the woods. I'm just trying to get through the casino, get up to my hotel room to get changed, go to another dead show. Meanwhile, I'm breathing in secondhand smoke. I think my clothes, Tony, still feel like smoke. And on top of all of that, I believe I'm still sweating out lots of carcinogens from my weekend in Vegas. We had a great time. The Sphere was amazing. Dead and Company for life. Saw 3 great shows. So much happening, but that's only a small section of the weekend that was. Golden State Warrior basketball. Holy S. I can't get to game 4 quick enough. We're going to do a deep dive on game 3. Giants walk-off mania. What is going on with these Giants? Bro, Tony, your first place effing Giants, bro. Your first effing. I can't. Okay. If that's how you guys want to do it, that's great. Let me tell you the note I was scribbling down real quick. Then we'll check some boxes, do some business, and get into the show. Leah Phillips, one of our favorite people on the planet. Tony, I was getting ready for the show. I'm scribbling my notes. I look over and she goes, I just had a great zip line extravaganza for my birthday. Leah, happy birthday. Very happy to greet you.
By the way, Holly, right out of the gates, and we're going to get to the Dubs. We're going to get to the Giants, and we're going to get to, we might get to draft. I can't promise we will. We might get to Niners draft.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The underwhelming Niners draft, in my opinion. You want to talk birthdays, okay? Leah Phillips, happy birthday. Rising Storm celebrated his birthday yesterday down at, Rising Wolf. Rising Storm. I don't know where that came from. Rising Wolf.
Tony, can I drop in a Rising Force? Yngwie Malmsteen and Rising Force. And Tony, I've seen him. I saw him. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
I would see Malmsteen. I really would. Would.
Let's talk Malmsteen. You want to talk Malmsteen? Let's talk some Malmsteen. Dude,
if I've seen Buckethead, I'll see Malmsteen. Anybody that just, it's like, I don't know, go on with your bad self.
Well, Tony, the best thing about seeing Yngwie Malmsteen is you get to say the word Malmsteen as often as possible. Yeah, who are your favorite guitar players? I don't know, Jimmy Page. I like Hendrix, Malmsteen. Guys like that. Yeah, Tony, Malmsteen. So I saw Malmsteen open for AC/DC. Regs, you were with me. Regs, 1985, New Jersey Meadowlands. You were standing right there with me. That was Malmsteen opening the show. He was dressed up like a pirate, Tony. He had the fluffy shirt on with the swashbuckling shit and all that. But in any case, by the way, also happening in Vegas this weekend, you want to talk about 2 cultures colliding? Tony, dig this. 3 nights of Grateful Dead at the Sphere, Dead and Company. I still call them the Dead. It's all the same thing. And then right across the street, I had AC/DC at Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play. So, bro, thousands of like Bon Scott heads mingling with the Garcia heads. It was quite the spectacle. It really was quite the spectacle in Vegas. And there was a poker tournament going on in my hotel. So all these high roller Matt Damon rounder guys are walking in. They're playing high stakes. I'm breathing in secondhand smoke. It was crazy. Anyway, Tony, how was your weekend, brother? How you doing, man?
My weekend was great, dude. It was Dubs and Giants filled. And Little League Baseball filled, but also happy birthday to Rising Wolf. He was at Fish last night. Fish closed their little tour last night at the Hollywood Bowl. He was there. Neil Donardi from Longbridge Pizza. We're going to get to you guys in a second. He was at the Fish show on Saturday.
That's right.
So we had particles being spread down at the Hollywood Bowl. Also, but if you want to talk vibes, if you want to talk like why the Dubs have such a great vibe going into tonight, do you know whose 59th birthday it is today, Paulie?
Give me one hint. A hint. I have no idea where we're going with this. So give me something.
Oakland hip hop rap.
Too Short.
Yes. It's Too Short's 59th birthday today. You want to talk about pregame particles and pregame vibes. Happy birthday to Too Short. I want to hear Blow the Whistle all goddamn night at Chase Center. I want to hear Life is Too Short. Let's go.
Dude, life is too short. Too short. Too short. You know what I mean? Too short. Yeah, I'm all about Too Short. Happy birthday, Too Short. Hey, also I want to say, Tony, ready for this? Let me throw this on the birthday pile. Happy birthday to Polymac's mom. My mom turned. I don't want to say her age. She'll get mad at me, but her birthday was Saturday. So happy birthday, Mom. It was funny, Tony. I landed, and here's the gangster move of all gangster moves. I recommend all of our friends in the PMP community do this. Tony, that includes you. Yeah. Get your ass, get your behind, get your buttocks, get your butt, get your rear end up to Santa Rosa effing airport. Okay. That is the key to happiness when traveling. Santa Rosa Blanken Airport, right to Vegas, right back.
Wow.
Yeah, let's
Nice.
get gangster with it. Let's get Tony. The gate, like when you're waiting for, it's like you're in your living room. The place is tiny. Guess what? Guess what? Still wound up in Vegas. Still saw the show. Still came back, but without all that SFO headaches. You know what I mean? Without all the freaking madness going on. So anyway, another gangster move. Fly out of Santa Rosa. I highly endorse it. Tony, last thing I want to say, and we'll talk Longbridge, and here we come with the Dubs. Just want to say what a great weekend I had. Thanks to Brian Connors, Wendy Connors, Liz, and Emily, and Winks, my whole crew. We had a phenomenal time. And I really got to say, Tony, I feel like we need to do like a bonus show where I can just talk dead at the Sphere for like an hour. You know what I mean? But I can't do that. I want to hijack the show today, but I got a lot to say. I do.
I'm hijacking shit right now, Paulie, because we just PMP Army. Maybe we're gonna put this out to you later on, not today, but maybe this week, about what you think about if we were to offer like a $5 a month per subscription for more content, like special content or whatever you want to call it, because John Lund is doing it, Larry Kruger's doing it, and they're saying that they're getting a great response from people that want just like, if you want like a Dead and Company full review.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So just something to ponder. We're going to present it to the PMP Army later on in the week, but just we're going to sprinkle that out there now, and then just we can get back to it later, because I don't know. First of all, we're told an hour. Dude, we could do 4 freaking hours today on all the content that's out there because of the Dubs. By the way, tonight is so freaking huge. Jimmy Butler's questionable, but dude, whoever wins, like the teams that go up 3-1 in the NBA playoffs, win 95% of the time. Win the series 95% of the time, dude. So it's like, and by the way, and if you want to talk about first round playoffs, I think it's like 82 times they win and 3 times they haven't. So it's like,
it's funny. I've got some.
Tonight's huge. But we get to Longbridge first. And then we can get into Dubs and all that stuff.
Okay, final thing. So Tony's right. So our great guiding light, Jeremiah Crow, he's kind of the boss of the entire Bay Area Sports Collective. I met with him in Vegas, had lunch with him because he lives there. He runs a studio in the Wynn Hotel. I sent a picture out on Twitter. Hope y'all saw that. But anyway, he was sitting there going, Paulie Mac, you're always sitting there. You're on the air, and you're like, you guys can do a nice, tight 1 hour show. And then like the next thing I know, it's Paulie Mac's going, oh, and by the way, one more thing. And then you guys do like 20 more minutes. He's like, you got to tighten it up. You got to tighten it up. And then he goes, and then the next thing you know, Paulie Mac's like, oh, by the way. So he was like cracking me for always like doing all these additional riffs, but I can't help myself. I got to riff with the people. That's why I'm here. So Tony's right. I would like to offer that, and we'll do that as soon as we can, where if you guys want to pay a $5 subscription rate per month, that's for the whole month. We'll give you additional content that we're not giving here on the regular show. Like Tony's right. I could easily do an hour.
We could do jam sessions. We could do jam sessions. We could do songs. We can do the making of a song. We can do this all kinds of stuff. But Paulie, I have a question. I'm going to play a question for Jeremiah. It's not going to come from me. It's not going to come from you. It's going to come from the Scorpions.
Rules are there ain't no rules.
No, I know.
Hey Jeremiah.
The rules are there ain't no rules.
Hey, listen, you know what's funny, brother? He watches, I think, a lot more than we think. I think JC's like, he might be watching right now. What's up, JC? Thanks for the love.
Love you, JC. Love you, bro.
He is, dude. It's so great to see him, man. He's all like dressed up. He's all Mr. Vegas now. All right, so anyway, Tony, Longbridge Pizza, our great friends, our first sponsor, our first true love, if you will. And this is on the heels of tomorrow. It's going to be a really big day, Tony. We're going to introduce our brand new sponsor tomorrow. And I'm so happy to have this guy on our side and on our team. He's a great guy, but more on that tomorrow. We'll introduce him tomorrow, but we do have a new one coming and we're really happy about that. But for right now, Tony, I like to say like my first true love. I never forget my first true love, and that's Longbridge Pizza. I love Longbridge Pizza so effing much. Let me tell you this. When I was in Vegas, I was pining. You understand? I was pining for Longbridge Pizza because we couldn't get a good pie. Our whole crew stumbled into some pizza joint after night 3. And this is a night, by the way, I think we stayed up till about 6 a.m. It was a whole thing. Yeah. But anyway, so we're in this pizza place and we're waiting for the pies to come out, and then we're ordering drinks. I mean, this is after the show. So we're drinking, then we get the pizzas, we go back to the hotel, we're eating these things, and I'm going, I'll tell you right now, this ain't no Longbridge. This ain't no freaking Longbridge pizza. And I wish it was. My buddy Winks knows pizza too. He was with me. He's a Jersey boy and he knows good pizza. We were disappointed with what we had, but the whole time I was fantasizing about Longbridge Pizza. Check out the menu, longbridgepizza.com. Tony, here's what I'm going to do. I love Longbridge so much. Pardon me. And it's been so long since I've broken the plane of their door. I'm going to go in Wednesday. Yo, Neil,
Wow. Sorry, dude.
what are you doing? Creed right now in the Longbridge?
Creed. Wow. I forget the artist. I forget who it is, but you know what's that song? It's been a while.
No, see, I think that's Creed.
No, it's not Creed. It's not Creed. I promise you, it's not Creed. But it's a song. And all I can remember from the whole song is "It's been a while," and I can't remember the rest of the tune.
Oh, Tony, is it freaking live?
It's not live either. It's not live.
Okay, that might have guessed. I don't know. I'm out.
Freaking Stained, dude. Have Don Peralta and Basicchio. They were on it too, and Basicchio says yuck, dude. Exactly. That's why I did it. That's why I did it too. I always, whenever I want to riff, it's been a while since I I don't know the words. Sorry. Longbridge Pizza. Go, Paulie.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since I never want to talk about that song again. By the way, shout out Mark Graves going, who's that? Incubus? Dude, Incubus. Nice, bro. Nice.
You know, I'll stand by some of the Incubus catalog. I will. Hey, they dive into Particle Land, let's just say.
Oh, do they? Yeah. I think I dived into Particle Land a little bit myself. Actually, I did it 3 times in a row. Bang, bang, bang. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Particle Mania. All right, Tony. So anyway, Longbridge Pizza. I want to go Wednesday. Tony, I'm going to encourage you to come with me. We'll have a creative lunch. We'll sit down. We'll eat chicken parms like gentlemen. We'll have some pizzas. We'll give Neil a high five. And you should do the same thing. If you haven't checked out Longbridge yet, stop on by, say hello to Neil, and just enjoy the great food, man. They have all kind of gluten-free options if that's a concern in your family. They have all kind of vegetarian options if you're a vegan or a vegetarian. They got you covered. And then, of course, for guys like me who eat anything and everything, bring out the Nico pie. Bring out the chicken parmesan. Hell, bring out the Vinny's Gabagool, bro. Stack the deli meats high. Stack them high. Hang them high. By the way, I got my new Van Halen record up right here today. Dive Her Down. And nice. Tony, it's on display. I recommend the track Hang 'em High. And I say for Vinny's Gabagool, stack them high. Stack the deli meats high. Tony, your thoughts on Longbridge? And then we're going to talk about that Golden State Warrior.
What about Frank Sinatra? High hopes, dude. Anyways, I'm going to throw that out there if you're going to go high, because he's got high apple pie in the sky hopes, Paulie. But back to Longbridge. Okay.
Sorry. I am sorry, and I do apologize. Tony got to hijack 5 seconds. The movie Risky Business. Tom Cruise dancing around in his undies. He's got the house filled with ladies of the night. He's essentially pimping. He's running like Tom Cruise becomes a pimp in this movie. He's in high school. And there's this one scene on the soundtrack where it's going, high, 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 high. You know what I'm talking about? Like Cab Calloway or some shit? Yeah. High, 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 high. So anyway, you were saying stack them high, high, high. I had to jump in. I do apologize. Go ahead.
And finally, I'll just say, get higher, baby. And don't ever come down. Free bass. Okay.
Rock. Sorry. Go ahead. I know.
Hey, so you talked about the menu and the catalog of Longbridge Pizza. I want to talk about the events happening this week where Longbridge Pizza can provide you with pre or post game or in-game entertainment.
Nice.
You got Warriors Game 5 at 4:30 p.m. Come watch the Warriors game Wednesday at 5 o'clock. At 4:30, it's Game 5 at Wednesday.
Yep.
Dude, Game 6 is back if necessary. By the way, we have to start saying if necessary, because you have to just say that now.
Yeah.
Because the Warriors are ahead in the series. If there's a Game 6 at Chase, you can go to pregame or watch the game at Longbridge. Also, the Giants are out of town right now in San Diego. They go Tuesday, Wednesday in San Diego. Then they go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hosting the Rockies. Yeah. Thursday night, Friday night games. Saturday, Sunday day games. Get into Longbridge pre or post or during. Check it out and come in and ask for Andre. Ask if Neil's in the house, and they will take great care of you. Longbridge Pizza.
Thank you, Tony. And what's up, Danny Ogden? I saw your boss, our guy, JC, over the weekend. He told us to tighten up the shows. You might need to tell Tom Tolbert the same thing. We got to tighten that ass up. There's always a program director hovering around somewhere. You know what I mean? Even when we launch our own network, they're still in the weeds. They're still watching and saying, hey, tighten that up, shorten this up. But anyway, good to see you, Danny Ogden. Great to see you, Mikey Diaz, Rag, Scarlet Fire. I was thinking of you, and let me tell you why. Last thing on the Dead, and then I'm going to go to the Warriors. But this is for you, Scarlet Fire.
Dead. Tony's top 3 involves the Dead today. Okay. Done with Dead Company. Nice try.
Okay, no, I appreciate that, Tony. I need that kind of guidance today because I'm a loose cannon, bro. I don't know where I'm going. I'm like a live wire on the floor, just squirming around. Scarlet Fire. Thursday, I go into the Sphere and I go, you know what I could really go for on this run? Because somebody was like, what do you want to hear, Paulie Mac? And I go, I could really go for some Bob Dylan stuff. I'd like to hear some of these guys do some Dylan tunes, which they do. And my wish came true, and I thought of you, Scarlet Fire, because I know you're a big Blood on the Tracks gal. They opened the freaking show Saturday with Tangled Up in Blue. Never played it before. That was the first time play. Bam, there it is. I got tangled up in blue in my face. And then to close the set, knocking on heaven's door, I got the Bob Dylan sandwich, and I thought of you. Yeah, and it was something I asked for. So the particles are flying. Anyway, Scarlet Fire, great to see you. Yo.
On that note, you got a couple tracks that I got. I got Standing on the Moon. You got Standing on the Moon. I got Knocking on Heaven's Door. You got Knocking on Heaven's Door. And by the way, I was imagining Bobby Weir just going, "Be with you," doing like how he does the wailing, "Be with you," and he like,
"Be with you, y'all." Yeah, totally. Yeah. Be with you. Dude, I'm all about being with you somewhere in San Francisco on a packed porch in July. For God's sakes. Yes. That's Standing on the Moon. If you're a non-deadhead, dive in. You'll trust me, it's worth it. Yes, Tony.
I'm calling timeout because Pine Needle on the comment section, he said, "I bet they didn't see my question." Pine Needle, that's where you're wrong, buddy.
Nice.
I scrolled back up, Pine Needle, and I see the question. Paulie, Pine Needle wants to know, do you remember years ago someone sent you a replica guitar of Bruce's favorite guitar? Do you remember that years ago? Well, Paulie, the person who sent you that guitar was Pine Needle.
Pine Needle, let me tell you something right now. Not only do I remember it, that's a pretty funny question. Check this out. Not making this up. So I have like a record rack in my TV room den. I'm not comfortable with the word den, by the way. Oh, come into my den. Every time I hear the word den, I think about like the Brady Bunch. Mike Brady had his den.
Come on, I loved Mike Brady's den. That's where the plans. That's where the architectural plans got rolled into the tube, and they got lost at Disneyland. Remember? Like, come on.
Of course, running through the effing amusement like a relay race with the plans, dude. Mike's playing, but no, see, that's my problem, Tony. That's why I got a problem with the word den, because like Mike Brady's den was so important. He's drafting up ideas, he's building buildings, dude. My den is filled with like records, rolling papers. You know what I mean? It's like it's hardly a Mike Brady den, but in any case, in my den, I have that Bruce Springsteen Telecaster on top of my record rack. Thank you, Pine effing Needle. So I'm going to take a picture of that and document it to prove my point. But yes, I do. I love that Telecaster guitar. If I had my choice of an electric guitar, I would get a Telecaster just like that. So Pine Needle, I love you and thank you. It's in my house proudly. Patty from Napa's a super, Tony. What's she saying today, buddy?
She says, "Okay, I missed the pay $5 a month stuff, multitasking. Can you please restate it? Also, John Bon Jovi's butt, please." So
okay, well, I'm not. Wait a minute.
I can't give you Patty. I can't give you John Bon Jovi's butt right now. But what I can give you, this is from Patty. She sent this in on email. Let me get rid of her comment. Thank you for the super, by the way, Patty. But she sent this into us, Paulie. Can you see that? Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, there it is.
I see it.
She sent us the scene from Greece where it's rules are, there ain't no rules. So I just want to say thank you, Patty. She sent us the actual video clip. She must have been getting a Grease hit over the weekend. So there's the Scorpions right there, staring down Kaniki and Danny Zuko. Yes, Paulie.
Well, I'm just saying there's some confusion. To quote Jason Kidd, I'm confused because on my screen I got a picture of a guy on a scooter. I didn't see
that was the Longbridge scooter. So let me try this one more time.
Yeah. Because I didn't get what you were saying. I was getting it. Now you're talking. One more time.
Yeah, get the volume up on this. Just because
dude.
This is the okay. So boom.
No, bring it back. Bring it. I demand it. Bring that back. Okay. No.
Okay,
it's just posting back, by the way, with the gloved hand, bro, with the glove with the spikes. All right, Tony, real quick, let's do the. Can you get it back for 1 second? give me the picture, just a picture. Pause it.
Yeah,
all right, Tony, you're the guy on the far left with the curl coming down, like in the leather.
Yeah.
Curl. Mm-hmm. I'm the guy. I'm saying I'm the guy in the gray tee with the sleeves rolled up.
Beautiful.
I'm going to say Don Peralta is Crater Face. I'm going to say Pine Needle is the guy way in the back with the white crap on his leather sleeve. I'm going to say Rags is the guy with the cigarette in his mouth. And let's see, I'm going to say, we can't do Noemi because there's no ladies in this one, or Leah, or any of the ladies of Polymath. And I'll say Winks is the guy, my buddy Winks. What's up, Winks? Great weekend, brother. Winks is the guy way in the back with the little leather cap on. You know what I mean? Freddie Mercury style. And that's great work. No, this is what I'm talking about. This is the PMP community working together. Thank you, Patty. And yes, to answer Patty's question, we're not ready to offer the official option yet, but we are we're talking about introducing that. We just wanted to see how you guys felt because
for bonus content, Patty, for extra content, like stuff that we can't get into in the regular show because of time constraints, supposed time constraints. or what we're being told. So anyways, we're talking about doing some extra bonus content, making of songs, playing of songs, jam sessions, topics other than sports. If you want to do a deep dive on just the Brady Bunch episode in Disneyland on the architectural plans getting lost,
we can give you that kind of service. Yeah. Yeah. But actually, the reason is that the obvious reasons. Look, we got bills to pay like anybody, brother. Believe me, there's no little fairy flying up to my house paying my PG&E bill. There's no little fairies coming up here, like flying up here and paying my college tuition. So we need some income, and the $5 a month we feel is a comfortable ask. Like, we don't want to milk anybody, but we feel like for $5 a month, that should be appropriate. And we will give you all the bonus content you can handle. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, Paulie. Well, Rags first of all, Rags just said, "Tighten this shit up" with like 7 exclamation marks, and then exclamation points. And then to everybody I say,
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
Biggest problem I'm faced in my life. We have so much killer content, but like Will Ferrell said, just don't know if we're gonna have enough time. Tony,
reprise.
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
Yeah, I don't have enough time. By the way, yes.
I was going to get Lily up. Lily, by the way, I got your song selection. Thank you for that. On Friday, so let me see if I can pull that up. But she sent us a song selection for the musical assignment on Friday. I didn't get to it, but she said, "I Need a Doctor" by Eminem, Dr. Dre, and Skylar. That was her song for Jimmy Butler back on Friday. Remember, we did the songs for Jimmy Butler and for Medicine. Getting better. So Lily, thank you for the super. Everybody, you can email us, paulyspod@gmail.com. Keep it coming. We got a lot of stuff for the mailbag for Wednesday night's mailbag that I want to get to on the show on Wednesday night. Really fun stuff. So keep sending it, paulyspod@gmail.com. Let me get the banner going on that too, Paulie. And we got to get into some dubs. And we also got to get into some Giants baseball too, dude, because what's happening with there's a magic with that team that's happening right now. Dude, the way they won that game yesterday is outrageous. But we can talk dubs first, Paulie. I know you want to because I know you were in the Sphere during Game 3, correct?
Yeah. Correct. And I felt like that's the way the universe wanted it. I am a firm believer in that. Like everyone's got to be in their proper place in the universe in order for all the particulate, beautiful things to come together and converge. We've all got to be doing our thing. So my function in the universe this weekend was go see as many dead shows as possible. I achieved that and I did it. But so my buddy BC, shout out Brian Connors, he's over here with his phone out the whole time. Like, Paulie, we're catching it because we were down big. And then he's like, dude, we're coming back. All right, we're leading. So I was getting updates the whole time, and it just felt so right because here I am going, here comes Sunshine, estimated profit, Eyes of the World, Terrapin Station. During that sequence, the Warriors started coming back, and I'm like, this is meant to be. This is effing meant to be. And then I got home last night. Shout out Santa Rosa Airport one more time. Maybe they should sponsor us. So, hey, Santa Rosa Airport, get some of your officials on board with the Pauly. We make it the official airport of the Polymac Particles show. You want to fly in, fly out. It's all about Santa Rosa Airport and the PMP community. We'll give you all the business you can handle. But I got home last night, Tony, and I go see my mom for a quick happy birthday hug. And then I come back to my house. And I'm watching the dub game. And, dude, even though the game had already been played and I knew the outcome, Tony, I started getting emotional. It was a very intense game, dude. It was a very, very intense game. Where were you? Where were you watching the game? Give me your whole thing.
On Saturday, is that my buddy James Hanna's house? It was after Little League. We had a nice victory. It was actually a well-played game by both teams. We had a nice 5-1 victory. And then we went and celebrated the victory and watched the Dubs game over at my buddy James's house. And it was great because there was only a few people there. And I was like, if we're going to do this, I want to be able to do with people that are going to be locked into the freaking game. I don't want to go to some big party where I'm just going to battle to even hear. I want to hear the commentary. I want to see Dylan Brooks up to his all his bullshit. And I want to do it all. So, but I remember texting you saying this was 100% my favorite win of the entire season, dude. And I hate to say that it doesn't involve Jimmy Butler, but that's one of the reasons why it was my favorite win of the season, man, because of how they freaking rallied, dude. Like they knew. And I'm sorry, Paulie. Kuminga, he looked lost out there, buddy.
I feel like Kuminga he's been pining for his opportunity. He wants minutes. He says, I'm ready to play. Kerr's opening the door now, like Tony said, without Butler. Now you actually have an opportunity to go make an impact on a game. And I felt like What I saw was some hesitation. What I saw was some rust. I saw like in terms of like playoff basketball, dude, instincts got to take over. Like you got an open look at the bucket, dude, take it. If you got an open lane to the rim, take it. Don't reconsider and juke and pump fake because the moment's gone and here comes the defense. So I felt like he was hesitating when he should have been attacking. And I got to be honest, dude, to be a tough critic, I wasn't overly thrilled with the Kuminga minutes, but I was thrilled. Let me tell you what I was thrilled with. I was thrilled with Quentin Post minutes.
Dude.
Thrilled. Dude, big in the paint against a physical team like Houston is vital. Tony, 11 rebounds, playing great defense, and not afraid to mix it up. You want to get physical, go talk to Quentin Post. He'll get physical with you. So where I was kind of, like you said, I was like not thrilled with Kuminga. I was very pleased with what Quentin Post was providing, and I hope for more of the same tonight, T.
Paulie, 12 rebounds. Hate to be that guy. He had 12. Şengün had 11. No, Şengün had 11. Dude, Post led the game. He led both teams in rebounds with 12.
My bad. 12,
you know what's crazy, dude, is the Rockets still out-rebounded the Warriors 51-45. Even though it felt like Post was dominating the boards, it's still, the Rockets on the boards are just ridiculous, man. But that game, as far as Curry taking over Jim by the Dylan Brooks up to his typical crap, dude, he hammered.
Did you see him reaching out? Did you see him trying to hit Steph's thumb? Like after Steph was shooting, he was swiping at his thumb and shit.
Yeah.
Like blatantly. Yeah, he's a little punk. He's a punk.
Did you see him walk over during the Dubs pregame and just stand in the middle of the Dubs pregame? Just
total douchebag. Total douche move. It's a total douchey move. Oh, here I am. What are you going to do? I'm watching. Like, whatever, a tough guy. Okay. Ooh, you're watching us shoot buckets. Oh, ooh. It's like, just get your fat ass down the other end of the rim, the end of the court. Even though he's not fat, I'm throwing a fat ass in there. Get your fat ass down to your Houston side of the court. You know what I mean? Get out of our layup line. Yeah.
Exactly. But also, Paulie, dude, Gary Payton, the GP2, and Buddy Hield. Buddy freaking ball, dude. Like, come on. They answered the call, man. They answered the freaking call. Yeah. They knew they were going to get more minutes. They knew they're going to be called on, and they answered the call. The play in the fourth quarter where Curry did that amazing spin move and then dished it out to GP2 for the three was I mean, it's just Steph knowing that he can draw the crowd and then having faith for GP2 to launch a three. The whole freaking game was just beautiful. I remember looking down, I forget the time, but it was sometime in the second quarter. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the Dubs only have 22 points. This is crazy. And then just watching how it transpired, and it was like a slow build. It was like a slow grind.
Yeah. Yes. And to me, that's really encouraging because they were down big, man. And it took a lot to come back in that game. But to me, that's really encouraging because you know now that the Warriors, even if they do fall behind in a pretty big hole early in the game, they're so smart, they're so disciplined, they're so well coached, and having the best shooter in the history of the game definitely doesn't hurt. Also having and by the way, Draymond Green coming in third in Defensive Player of the Year. Really? Third? Dude, I mean, Draymond Green, I thought he had his best season in several years this year. And he's doing the same thing in the playoffs. He is a basketball genius. He is a savant on the court. A lot of people don't like his game. They think but let me tell you what, that guy knows, he anticipates. His IQ is off the charts on the floor. And the way he works with Steph and the pick and roll and always finding the open looks, I can't say enough good things about Draymond Green. So, Tony, my point again, sorry to go back to you, is it was a slow build. And watching the Warriors kind of figure it out, like they were figuring out, okay, here's how we're going to beat, because the double teams were on Steph, Tony, all night. But they figured it out. Okay, you want to double Steph? Here's GP2 for another dunk. Double Steph? Here's GP2 cutting to the rim. So every time they throw that double at Steph, as long as he can find an open guy, and last night it was GP2 or 2 nights ago, they're going to beat that double team. They're going to continue to beat that as long as they can execute the way they did in game 3.
And don't sleep on Looney's minutes too. He had 5 boards, and I there's something about his energy on the floor.
Me too.
When he's out there. I love seeing him out the floor. Now, hey, no Guy Santos, but maybe he plays tonight if Butler's back. You know, like again, Steve Kerr, what he's doing with this lineup and with these rotations and juggling it all. Like, I would love to know what Vegas took for the hit on game 3, because I'm sure that many people took Houston to win game 3 without Butler. right?
You know, it's funny, Tony. I stayed in the Wynn Hotel, and they have a sports book there, like one of those massive sports guys just renting tables all day, eating, drinking, watching games, betting. Like I saw, like I was tempted to jump in there, but I don't want to taint it. I don't want to mess with the universe and be like, give me $100 on the Dubs, because if I did that, they'd effing lose. You know what I mean? So I was like, I just gonna walk by there, but I was thinking, Tony, you would have loved that. JC too. He's a big he loves like gambling and sports betting and all that. Yeah, but have you ever done the full day at a casino, like at a proper like high end sports book? Like you reserve the table and all that shit? Yeah.
Yes, and you don't move. The only time you move is just to go to relieve yourself in the bathroom, but that's it. I mean, if they like made like
relieve yourself, Tony, to relieve yourself. Excuse me, guys, I'm going to go relieve myself. Hold my chair. I like that.
If anybody knows it's been a sport book, you try and hold it as long as you possibly can, and then you know what? You finally get to a point where you're just like, I can't do it anymore. I got to go. I got to leave.
Or if you're like my buddy Rags, you use an empty popcorn tub, but that's another story for a whole other time, and it's not appropriate. Don't try this at home. But I've seen it. I've seen them do it. It's not good. Yeah.
Or this goes back to a guest you and I had on the show way back when on the Ticket 1050, the inventor of the Stadium Pal, and it was the guy. Do you remember the person we had on the show?
Now I do, bro. The Stadium Pal. Holy shit. Yes. Bring it back, dude. Stadium Pal 2.0. Let's start selling them, you know?
He had the Stadium Pal, and we were like telling this guy, you should do it in like team colors. Like, you know.
Red and gold.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't think the Stadium Pal really took off because it was basically just like a hose you put on yourself, and then there was a bag that you attached to your thigh.
Just so you don't have to leave your seat at the game. You can just, as Tony would say, relieve yourself. By the way, Scarlet Fire, I know, Quentin Post, a Boston College guy. And I love that. I'm a BC. I quietly support Boston College sports, man. The BC Eagles, man, they put guys in the pros with football. They got some, their college basketball program's good enough that they can sprinkle a few guys in the pros. And thank you, BC, for Quentin Post, because I'm a fan. I'm a flat out fan of this kid.
And Sanchi, you are right, too. I see Sanchi's comment. Shout out Quentin Post. We've been spreading all kinds of love with Post today, and his shots weren't dropping. Yes, Sanchi, you're right, but dude, he was a monster on the boards, and I would love to see more minutes for that. Because Steve Adams, too, man, is still playing given quality minutes for the Rockets, too. And by the way, you want to talk about vibes, Paulie?
I do. I like vibes. Let's shout out the Vibe Tribe. Yes.
The look on Ime's face, the head coach of the Rockets, like he just is smug. And also, we're not going to dive into his past with his, his off the court behavior, but I'm just saying the vibes aren't very strong with that guy. And
let me tell you my what do you give me for on him? Are you ready? You're never going to look at him the same way. I saw this all night last night when I was looking at him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, he looks just like this. Okay. We've all seen and celebrated a Weird Science over the years. Perhaps nobody more so than Tony and myself. Tony and I are 5th degree black belts when it comes to Weird Science, like the nuances, the obvious stuff. What do you want? David Lee Roth going into the computer when they're creating the girl. That's part of it. Believe me, we practically wrote the movie. We're sorry. All right. So Tony, check it out.
Hi, dudes.
Yeah, dude, that's where I'm going. Okay. So Chet, the older brother, I'm forgetting Bill, rest in peace. Tony, help me.
Bill Paxton.
Paxton. Thank you. The great Bill Paxton, rest in peace. When they turn him into like a big pile of waste and he's got the flies flying around.
Yes.
Dude, he looks a lot like the head coach of the Rockets facially. I'm just throwing it out there. Keep that in mind tonight when you see him. I'm telling you, I was looking at him on the sidelines a couple times. I'm like, he looks just like Chet in Weird Science.
He's like, dude, in Dub City, you freaking nailed it, dude. He's like a fake tough guy. He's like some tough guy. It's like, dude, coach your team, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan of him. Let's just
How do you feel about Draymond Green telling the other Green to go paint your nails? How did you feel about that at the end of the game? The little skirmish there. See, that's just Draymond. See, but all that stuff Draymond does, there's a method to his madness. There really is.
No question. Dude, first of all, two things. First of all, my toenails are actually painted right now because my daughter painted them.
What color?
They're like a hot pink right now. If I could,
can I see? Would you be willing to show off those for just foot fetish enthusiasts in the audience? I mean, I don't know.
Really tough. Stand by. I mean, I don't know.
Right. This is no joke. I know Tony's had his nails painted before. His daughter does it. I've seen it. Look at this. I hope this. I got the. It's okay. I'm already regretting this. It's okay. Let's come back to the show.
I can't get my foot in that angle. But they're hot pink right now. So, anyways, I shout out nail painting. Although my son hates it, he won't even let me anyways. But second of all, I I'm not a big fan of Draymond getting teased, but if I'm gonna rank his technical fouls in his career, that might have been my favorite technical foul of Draymond's because of the way he just ran over and he begged for it. He begged for it.
Goddamn tea right now. Give me my tea. And by the way, you know what, Tony? You know what this calls for? We haven't done this enough, and we haven't done it in a while. So let's bring it back right now. I would like to make Draymond Green today's official member of Paulie's Punk. Because that was some punk rock shit. And I got to tell you, I kind of agree with Graham. Yeah, thank you. Draymond Green. Yeah, that's it. We should send him a sticker. Tony, you know how Gary Radnich used to send guys to the House of Prime Rib when it would be a guest on the show? Dude, if you're a Paulie's Punk, we should send Draymond the sticker. Just let him stick it up in his locker.
I'm actually not kidding. Email Raymond Ritter after the show today and say, hey, I'm just going to send you something to give to Draymond. I'm gonna send it to you. And we should also print out a sticker of the Raymond Ritter in the rafters when he retires. Remember that one? Because there's Raymond's vest in the rafters next to all the retired jerseys. Thank you, Don Peralta, courtesy of Don Peralta.
Thank you, Don Peralta, and thank you, Creative Tony, for bringing that up like in like light speed. We just got to the riff, and bam, there was a picture. I don't know how you did that, but that was pretty cool.
You want Tony's top THC? What do you want? A little more PMP Army? Do you want a little? What do you got? What do you want, Paulie? I got it all.
What do you got? What do you need? Ooh, I haven't seen that in a while. What's up, T? Look at the big arms on Tony. Look at the big forearms. Yeah. All right, Tony. I want to go. I want to go back. It's all lighting and it's all lighting and angles. Tony, I want to go back to Kuminga for a second because we were saying that maybe not thrilled with the minutes. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. Like, and on the opposite side of that coin, I would like to see Kuminga play with the tenacity of Podziemski. Podziemski he's a little guy, obviously, but he will go right into the trees, dude. He'll go right into the lane and he'll take on 3 defenders, twice his size, throw something up. Maybe it goes in, maybe it goes to the foul line. He got conked on the nose again last night. Don't forget, it's like second time he had a broken nose this year. And that one play when he stayed down, I thought, oh man, they might have broke, because once you break your nose once, it bekind a lot easier.
You got to wear that face guard. You got to wear like the Hannibal Lecter face guard,
which he did. He was wearing it this year. So when he got kind of popped on the nose and he stayed down, and the trainers came out and they stuffed the cotton up in his nostrils because I think there was some blood there. That kind of toughness is what I want to see from Kuminga. Like, don't hesitate to go into the lane, man. You keep talking. Everyone's talking about, he's so athletic. He's so strong. He's so good. Show me. Right. Kuminga, take over, bro. Get into the trees like Kuminga. He ain't afraid. And I'm not saying Kuminga's afraid, but I see some hesitation. And I don't know what that is. But this is his chance, dude. You're unhappy. You're not on the floor. You're on the floor now. Make us have to put you out there. Like, make us need you. Show us.
2 things, Paulie. 2 things. The way Curry plays, it's almost he takes the mental side out of the game. He just is in a flow. It's almost like he's unconscious. Honest to God, it's like he's in like this otherworldly space mentally, right? You can tell that Kuminga is pressing mentally. You can just tell, right? You can tell that he's in his own freaking head. Doesn't want to make the wrong move. Ends up, giving up the basketball. So I feel for the kid, but it's just not his time, and his days as a warrior are few. And so tonight, I hope Butler's back. If he's not back, I'm assuming Kuminga is going to be back in the lineup, and maybe he gets another chance. And supposedly they didn't show much of Butler on the bench. By the way, did you see Butler's getup? But sorry, I meant to get to this too. Sanchi, you're a freaking man, dude. Tony, he said Rex Ryan wants Butler.
Greatest foot fetish, greatest foot. I got to be honest with you. I got no problem admitting this. I would if this were like an interest of mine, but I'm not like the biggest foot fetish guy. Like, I like a good foot, like anybody. Nice foot. There you go. You know what I mean? But it's not like I got pictures of feet on my walls and shit like that. But I will tell you this. You know who the biggest foot fetish guy in the history of the world is? Quentin goddamn Tarantino. If you've never noticed this, every single Tarantino movie, every one of them, involves bare feet, close-ups on bare feet. What do you want? Pulp Fiction? You got Uma Thurman dancing around with no shoes on. She's lying on the couch with her feet. Every one of his movies, there's all this foot stuff going on. I'm just throwing out there for future consideration. And Sanchi, thank you very much for the contribution today. Tony, so other thoughts on the game last night. Again, I thought Podziemski was great. I thought Quentin Post was great. You know what's hilarious, dude? Me and you right now, here we are. We're 40 minutes into this show. We've barely mentioned Steph Curry's name. And that's hilarious because this guy, I tell you what, I don't want this thing to get too far under the radar. That performance by Steph Curry in Game 3, I mean, there's been so many of them over the years. It becomes a blur. It's like, well, geez, we've seen this so many times. the toughness that he showed. Don't think that thumb, but heavily taped thumb, dude, you don't even think about it because he's such a tough SOB. Nobody ever talks about his toughness. The fact that they logged him on the odometer or whatever the hell last night, and he put in over 3 miles running in the game. I mean, the guy has to work so hard for an open look, and you give him a half a second with just a crease in the deep, boom, there's another 3. Yep. Bam, right in your face. Bam. Listen, Steph Curry is a godsend for the game of basketball. He is a godsend for humanity. Like, I don't want to overhype this, but the guy is like, he is a special human being, and the performance he put on, it's just hilarious that he was like the superstar of the game, and we haven't really, we're over here talking about Kuminga, but like, we got to give Steph his love, T. We need to.
All damn day, dude. But it's almost like we're spoiled. Like we're like 100%. Almost used to it. And
100%.
I hate saying that.
Niners. We all got spoiled. You just think this is going to, Yep,
exactly. It's a great parallel. But 36 points, dude. But like he dropped a 3-point right in Dylan Brooks' freaking face, and Dylan Brooks is trying to grab his thumb, like you mentioned earlier. He dropped a 3-pointer right in Jalen Green's face. It's like
in Jalen Green's face. Jalen Green thought he had him D'd up, dude. He gave him like that. It's like pop. There's a 3 right in your face, Green. How do you like it? Yeah,
it's also just the vibe and the leadership and the belief. Like, these guys always think they have a chance because they play with Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Like it is such a chemistry thing. It is such a vibe thing. It is such a like a ripple effect of Steph Curry. Sit Jimmy Butler down and ask him about the ripple effect of Steph Curry for him personally. And God, I hope Butler. He's questionable, but I hope he can play tonight because having that duo back together would be amazing. But the Rockets had to be sitting there going, what the fuck, man? Like, we should have won that game without Butler. And not only did they lose the game, but it wasn't close in the end. And the Warriors, dude, that was a very slow start, obviously, points wise. Steph, to his like, to his credit of just sticking to it. We talked about this last week, Paulie, about how, dude, he wasn't feeling it. He was struggling. It was a slow start for Steph, and they were D'ing up on him. They were double teaming him. They were obviously.
You're talking about game 3, about the slow start for Steph. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It was. That's what I was saying. But he figured it out over the course of the game.
He kept at it. He kept at it. And that's what a superstar has to do, because that it's on your shoulders. And he relishes that, man. And it is just so much freaking fun to watch. And I got to credit Steve Kerr, because I watched that Laker Minnesota game yesterday. By the way, Anthony Edwards, you dude, just, I mean, like, come on, dude. But first of all,
give me that clap again, T. Let me see that clap.
Just a quick one.
Right? Can I ask you a quick question? Can I just insert a question into your take about Anthony Edwards?
Go.
So at the shows over the weekend, we had the same seats all 3 nights. So every night we went right back to the same spot. Here's my question. When it comes to clapping, okay, like you just did like a polite clap, I would say borderline almost like golf clap thing. Then there's like your standard like kind of clap, dude. What's with the dudes that are doing this shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is that?
Well, I mean, I know it's like a Gator chomp, like the Florida Gator fans do that for like chomp. I've seen that, or like
but that's not during Terrapin Station though. The guy next to me is doing this. I'm like, Holmes, I don't know if I need that. Anyway, just sorry about that. Just a question.
I'm not a big clapper at shows until the end. I like the whistle. I like the whistle, or like just a good But I'm not a big clapper.
I'm a big guy myself. I'm a big All right. Anyway, Tony, Anthony Edwards, back to your riff. Go.
Man, he was sending messages physically to LeBron James all game. But I wanted to say back to Curry played 41 minutes on Saturday. Dude, LeBron and Luka played the entire second half. Actually, the whole 5 on the floor. There were no substitutions the entire second half of that Laker game yesterday. And it showed. Dude, LeBron and Luka played 46 minutes. I'm like, hey, dude, that's not coaching, JJ Redick. Like, take a page out of Kerr. You got to just applaud what Steve Kerr is doing. He's finding the right spots to rest him, and I loved it because Barkley and Shaq and Kenny Smith last night were like, you can't find a few minutes to rest LeBron in the second half just because he's and Luka, because you're going to need them down the stretch. Like,
no, horrible coaching. Yeah, horrible coaching. And they get what they deserve. Like JJ Redick has no qualifications whatsoever to be a head coach in the NBA. The only qualification I think he has, obviously, I know he's a pro player and he's got a great pedigree. I know. But what I'm saying is he's never coached before. What does he know about coaching NBA players? I think the reason Redick was put in there is because LeBron James approved it and knows he can run roughshod over whoever the hell they have in the coach. Like LeBron James is the coach of that team. Make no mistake about it. Like Redick is there for just appearance's sake. And you're right. Horrible decision. And it paid off. Like, check this out. In the fourth quarter, LeBron James, 0 points. 0 points. Zero. So you talk about the difference between like Steph Curry, who is almost single-handedly winning you ball games, dragging his teammates along with him and inspiring them, inspiring Podziemski, inspiring Jimmy Butler. Like Steph Curry lifts everybody's effort around him. I don't think LeBron James does that. I see him as like an individual who has big nights, but I don't think he raises the level of play around him. And Luka can't do it either. No. Luka's not doing it either. So again, Tony, your point, overplaying these guys. And the results were there. LeBron James, with the game on the line, 0 points in the fourth. That ain't going to work.
With the game on the line, he passed the rock. He didn't take the last shot. He passed it to Austin Reeves, I like Austin Reeves, by the way. Undrafted, by the way. What a freaking stud, Austin Reeves. But, Paulie, back to the point of JJ Redick. He said in the postgame presser, he goes, I just told the guys, you let me know if you want to come out. And it's like, wait, what? Dude, you're the head coach. That's why Steve Kerr is so good and his coaching staff is so good. And Jerry Stackhouse, dude, with the leading the defense for the Dubs. Like, come on. And by the way, can we just also give some love? Because wherever he's watching the games, Ron Adams is loved that game on Saturday night. Because I don't know if Ron Adams, is he still sitting on the bench with the team? I don't
believe he's down on the bench, but he's still got his hands in the operation. Yeah. In fact, what are we doing? Why do we not have? We should get him on the show, for God's sakes. Why are we not talking to Ron Adams? You want to talk about robes, bro? I used to say this on the air at KMBR with there was no basis for this whatsoever. Maybe some of you guys remember this, but I used to say this. I go, I tell you what, right now, because like we would do an interview with Ron Adams in the morning, defensive coach with the Warriors, and I would say, like, dude, I guarantee you, he's sitting there in his robe, and I used to say, like, while he was doing the interview. And on top of that, I believe, in my mind, he's Tommy Lee-esque, if you know what I'm saying, in terms of prowess. I'm just telling you how I see it in my mind. So I feel like Ron Adams is just like walking around his kitchen, confidently, robe open, just giving interviews like, we're going to try some man-on-man D. We might double some guys up. I don't know. And he's walking around drinking coffee, robe open, reading poetry. Anyway, Ron Adams, I love you, and I'd love to get you on the show. And I do see him as a man of great prowess in my mind, Tony.
Dude, I couldn't be a bigger Ron Adams fan. Really. Yeah. And you're right. His hands are still in it. But I just give Kerr so much credit with how he is balancing the minutes on this team. And he knows – talk about been there and done that. Hey, JJ Redick, take notes from Steve Kerr, man, and maybe coach and take your players out and give them some rest, dude. Like, I couldn't believe that the starting five in the second half did not leave the floor. I could not believe that. I still can't believe that. And
well, where are you? Let me look, if I could, Tony, just ask you a big picture question about that series. 3-1 is 3-1, bro. I'm assuming Minnesota's going to be able to handle this and wrap up and where does LeBron go from here? I'm serious. Like, dude, he's a coach killer. He's been surrounded by Hall of Fame talent, and it's like never enough, and it never worked, or not recently anyway. So I'm assuming the T-Wolves win the series. You with me on that? I don't see the Lakers winning 3 straight. No way.
Two things. First of all, Joe Schmo in the comment line says Ron Adams Diggler is a new
that's
name.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Again, I got no proof of that, but I can sense it. You know what I'm saying? So, Tony, do you feel that? Am I wrong? I just sense it. I don't know.
I can totally see it, dude. Absolutely. It's like Lewis and Gilbert and Revenge of the Nerds. I have always thought that the characters were definitely, blessed.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well endowed, no question. Yeah,
Paulie, you just said something about the Lakers, Timberwolves. I don't want to get too far ahead of things, okay? Because we Dubs still have a huge game tonight and a huge week of basketball coming up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. One game at a time. But if the Warriors do advance, we're not getting too ahead of ourselves. Who would you rather play, dude? Because I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know who's going to play. Because Anthony Edwards and Randall and dude, those guys played They're playing out of their minds. And Edwards he's like Jimmy Butler, man. He's like kind of possessed right now, where he's like, nothing is getting in my freaking way of getting this ring right now. And the way he played yesterday, he was
How about just pushing LeBron James, just two-hand jacking him in the chest? Yeah.
By the way, I loved that foul went at the end of the game. LeBron fouled Edwards, right? But they just called the ball out of bounds. But Minnesota, to their credit, called it for a review of the play, and it turns out that LeBron got Edwards on the arm and both arms. And LeBron at the post game was like, "Yeah, I always thought the hand was part of the ball."
I saw that, dude. Shut up. Stop with the excuse. I've seen this play a million times. Like, bro, shut up with the hand in the ball. You lost. Right. Hey, Holmes, you effing lost. That's it. There's no way to die. By the way, Naomi comes in, or Noemi, pardon me, my dear. Noemi. And by the way, Lady Catalina hot sauce. Have you considered selling it? I'm just throwing it out there. Have you considered selling it? My only regret, Noemi, in Vegas, was that I didn't bring the sauce with me, because we have these big breakfasts, and I'm like, I could use some of that green apple sauce. I'm not lying right now on my eggs. So anyway, shout out to Noemi. I love her. She's great. She's been with us the whole time. LeBron needs to retire already. He's kind of ruining the Lakers' legacy. I don't know that I disagree with that. You're right. Yep. And the NBA, he makes it unwatchable. A lot of people do feel that way, and then get rid of them up in KC too, no question. We're bad. I was kicking his ass all weekend long too. His name popped up a couple times, dude. Yeah. My name popped up. Just started beating his ass verbally. All right, so Tony, I would to answer your question. I'd much rather play the Lakers. Rather play the Lakers. I think the Warriors could handle them rather not easily, but it's manageable. The T-Wolves kind of scared me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the T-Wolves. Yeah, the T-Wolves definitely scare me too. But here's the thing: I'm actually starting to root for the Lakers now, because at the very least, I want that series to go 7 games and just beat each other up. Right.
Yep.
So that if the Warriors do advance, then they have just a kind of a broken, beat up, tattered team that they're coming in.
Although, sorry, Tony, there is the other possibility too. Sometimes if a team wins a series quickly, like let's just say the T-Wolves win this in 5, then they got to sit around and wait for us to finish our series. Sometimes that can hurt a team too, just sitting around waiting to play. So either they get their asses kicked. Yeah.
You can tell JJ Redick doesn't like rest. So if they do have to rest, then maybe you're onto something, Paulie. But
I'm going to tell you. So let me tell everybody here something. I don't like JJ Redick. How you guys like that? I don't like him. I never have. I've never liked Redick. I didn't like him when he was in college. I didn't like him as a player. I always thought he was an annoying pain in the ass. I really did. I'm being honest, and I still feel that way. Am I wrong? Am I the bad guy? How do you feel about Redick? I don't like.
I'm kind of indifferent about him and whatever. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a strong dislike. I'm an anti-Redick guy. I'm throwing that on the table.
I think you nailed it on the head, where it's like LeBron's like, all right, who can I get in here that I can just tell what to do?
I'll dominate this guy. I'm LeBron James. I'll dominate him. Right. But all kidding aside, like real talk for a second, honestly, Tony, LeBron James, like where does he go from here? If he gets ushered out of the playoffs in the first round, he's going to be 41 years old next year. And he wants the same thing Steph does. He wants one more run at glory, one more shot at a ring. I don't see it. I think
I got it, Paulie. I think he and Bronny pack their bags and they go play like Italian ball. Maybe to go play European ball.
Yeah. Manja. Oh, yeah. They're cursing at him in Italian. Bukiak with the flop. By the way, don't look that up. Don't look that word up. All right, Tony. No, definitely don't.
I want to share something that because Dom Peralta and I were texting a bunch this weekend about a myriad of things, and he sent me this because he told me. Remember we presented the LeBron doll. I think it was last week or the week before. Remember we showed that on our show, the LeBron doll.
The freaking best. Yeah.
Well, the LeBron doll arrived in Dom Peralta's mailbox on Friday, and I said, Dom, dude, you got to turn that thing into a voodoo doll. You got to turn it on. So here, I wanted to see. Here's the LeBron doll flopping.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I like how his personal items are all sprayed out on the floor, his headphones, his hat. But that's him. That's LeBron in his natural state. By the way, you can see how short the pants are. He's just like Kaler. Checking on my ankle. Dude, I got news for you. We don't need to see your ankles, LeBron or Kaler, either one of them. But go ahead, T. Yeah.
Here's the next one of LeBron in one of his famous poses on the court, because
I love how skinny the jeans are, like the pants are so tight too. I love that. Yeah.
By the way, I love the fact of Dom, the image of Dom like putting the LeBron doll in different positions and being like, yeah, this is good. This is good.
I have another kind of observation I want to share, and I don't know if this was an intentional, but knowing Don Peralta and how he pays so much attention to detail, I'm going to assume this was intentional, that he's wearing Michael Jordan sneakers.
He is.
And he's obsessed with Jordan. You wish he was Jordan. And Jordan, meanwhile, doesn't give him the time of effing day. It's great. Right. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that dynamic. Mike doesn't even acknowledge him. And it's because of shit like this, like lying on the floor, peekabooing the ref looking for calls. Like Mike didn't play the game like that. And Mike doesn't appreciate him crowning himself. So anyway, I don't know if that was a subtle dig, but nice on the Michael Jordan shoes, the Air Jordans. That's killer. Nice touch.
So good. And also Scarlet Fire, great question. She says, can we see the bald spot? I would maybe, hey Dom, if you can kind of get some sandpaper and make a bald spot on the LeBron doll, that'd be amazing. That's my request.
Okay, so this is a funny LeBron hair moment. Like when my kid James was little, he's like 20 now, but when he was a little kid, he's always been breaking LeBron's balls for years. My son James and when he was still with Cleveland, there was one off season where his hair in the front was starting to recede, Tony, and then he came back the next year. And he had this full hairline. And I'll never forget this. It was so funny. My son James, he was so totally innocent. He's 9 years old. He goes, Dad, LeBron grew new hair. How did he get that new hair? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. He went to some hair lab. I don't know. But anyway, he's regenerating hair. He's got bald spots. He's got the tight pants, the hat's on the floor. Bravo, Don Peralta, as always, dude, coming at a very high level.
Hold on. We're not done. There's one more thing, Paul. I got to show. This is now... Dom and I talked about turning the LeBron doll into a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
I present to you, this is pins in the LeBron.
Oh, shit.
In the LeBron voodoo doll.
Is that Dom's hands right there?
Yeah, those are Dom's hands. He's putting pins in the LeBron voodoo doll.
Well, I like this. I feel like, where's the other one? Oh, dude, this is getting rough. I like this, but Dom, I'm already going to task you with an assignment. When football starts, I'm going to need a Pat Mahomes voodoo doll. I'm going to need another one because I love the concept, but I'm much more I don't even think we need to put a hex on LeBron. They're done. The Lakers are done. They don't even need our help. But I think we need that kind of treatment when it comes to football season. When I see that Muppet again running around, and now he's making statements. He's like, "Oh, now we're going to really unleash our full air attack." It's like, you know what, bro? Go away, Mahomes. Go to Disney. Do something. Just get out of my face. Did you hear that comment the other day? Oh, we're going to unleash our real passing attack. You know what?
Whatever.
Blank you.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting to the point where the less energy I spend on him, the better. But if we're talking ideas for Dom, there's probably not a Mahomes doll that exists. So we may need to make one, and we can put a little wig on it, and they'll maybe even make
a headband and
dog voice on it. So Dom, we got a project for you, buddy. We will definitely help out. But Paulie, Rags wants to know if Satan approves of the LeBron voodoo doll, because obviously you heard Black Sabbath playing while Dom was administering the voodoo hex on LeBron.
Of course I approve of that. Of course I do, Rags. In fact, it's a silly question. Hold on. Sorry. I can't. I'm losing it, man. Hold on.
Should I leave? I'm losing it. It's making me laugh today. It's not good when the host can't hold the shit together.
Let me tell you a couple things about LeBron James. He's all done, okay? He's done. You don't need me. You don't need the voodoo doll. But I do like it. I gotta tell you, I got one right here on my command center.
All right, you guys, Rags, I hope that was good enough. I can't hold it together today, bro. I'm like, you got to understand. I got 3 hours of sleep over the last 3 nights. All right, Tony, and here we are, dude, face of the game. Got Jeremiah Crow in my ear saying tight shows. So we need to get into the fight. Yes.
Go ahead. I got to do something here, buddy. We're not going to do a top three because we kind of covered the first 2 questions of the top 3. And we're going to get to number 3 of the top 3. And you know what? I'm just going to play the open because we're not going to do a full top 3, but
Tony's top 3. Tony's top 3. Tony's top Let me try something real quick. With it. Well, guest vocalist.
Tony's top 3. Tony's top 3.
How'd that sound? I don't know. I'm just trying new shit. All right, Tony, go ahead.
And by the way, I don't know if people have figured that out, but that's Paulie and I singing the Tony's top 3 on the Open. So just thought, and in honor of the top 3, there's the Rags hand gesture. If anybody wants to, so it's it's the I'm just gonna do it real quick. There it is. I think I got it.
Yeah, nice, dude. Very nice. Nice.
Got it. Thank you, Rags.
Yeah.
But Paulie, the last question has to do with the sphere. But before we get to the sphere, I want to know. Hold on, I want to get this off the.
I want to know right now. Yeah.
I want to know about this Giants team. Okay, they did 6 runs in 3 games.
I know. Sorry, I apologize. I apologize to the Giants. I apologize to you, Tony, as a Giant fan, myself, all of us. It's not like we just did Warriors today, but I know. See, this is again why we got to do bonus stuff because we didn't even get into the Giants today, and they're winning games like. This is the most entertaining open of a season I can remember in 10, 15 years. I mean, this is out of control right now what they're doing over here, man.
I want to throw some things at you, Paulie, real quick.
Sure.
Logan Webb's ERA is now under 2. I think it's 1.98.
The All-Star game, here we come. Here we come. Get ready for Logan Webb in the All-Star game. I'm telling you right now. Go ahead, T.
Birdsong, another 3 scoreless innings. Dude,
la, 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 la.
Right. La. The bird.
Nice, dude. Nice. Nice.
The bullpen did not allow a run in the Texas series. Dude, Camilo Doval, where did that stat go? I had a great stat about Camilo Doval, and I can't find it. Oh, here it is, right here. Dude, he has been in an 8-game scoreless streak, allowing just 1 hit.
Hold on.
Yes.
Tony, Satan wants to do a reprise of one of our creations, one of our songs together. We're going to try a special guest vocalist real quick, just one line.
All in all, it's just another save for Doval.
Yeah. Okay, that was Satan singing our tribute song to Pink Floyd. Yeah.
All in all, it's just another save for Doval.
Yeah. Dude, and I totally forgot about that. But Paulie, if you can stand by for me, please. Ozzy would like to chime in.
Oh no, please God help me.
God damn, Jesus! They didn't play that over the week. I wish they would have. It would have been nice. This one's called Black Sabbath, y'all. All right. Anyway, Tony, keep it coming.
With the Giants, they have the 6th lowest ERA in baseball. Okay,
yeah.
The third lowest ERA in the NL.
Yep.
They have the 2nd best record in baseball.
Yeah.
They've got a magic around them to where a squibber, a swinging bunt by Elliot Ramos in the 9th inning ends up being the as Dwayne Kuiper just freaking if there's a give and take between Kuiper and Kruk that just embodies the greatness of those two. It was the end of the game yesterday, and Kuiper goes, "They won it on a little league home run," and then Kruk goes, "I haven't seen that since my oldest son was 10 years old," and I'm like, dude, that is the gold of Kruk and Kuip. And then I'm sitting there thinking, did that play just really freaking happen?
I know, it's insanity. And you know what's crazy is every single news outlet basically took Dwayne Kuiper's sentence. And like I saw that headline on ESPN last night, Giants win on Little League walk-off home run. Like that Little League thing was picked up. So Kuip, always with the great phrase. I mean, you talk about a guy who can turn a phrase, man. I mean, Dwayne Kuiper is... Yeah, masterful, and then the both of them. It's a combination of the two. There's none better, none.
Two also just great human beings. Like off the mic, out of the studio. Like I've brought my dad, I've brought my family, relatives, friends into the booth multiple times over the years, and they have been bring them in. Let's hang out. Let's take pictures. Let's sign shit. There's the nicest. They come in to do voiceover, or they used to come in, I should say. Used to come in, Paulie, when we were gainfully employed. They used to come in and do voiceover stuff, and were the coolest cats in the world. I just couldn't be bigger fans of those two. So the way they ended that game yesterday. But Paulie, I got to say, I watched that play probably 10 times because I wanted my kids to see it too.
Yeah.
And Matt, dude, credit to Matt freaking Williams. If you think third base coaches don't matter, you're wrong. Because Elliot Ramos was just like kind of gingerly going into second base thinking, oh, I'm going to hang out at 2. Matt Williams is losing his mind, waving Ramos in, like waving him over to third. And Ramos finally sees him and he bolts over to third. Yeah. Dude, Williams caused that play to happen. He caused for the chaos to continue. And then they throw the ball. It was amazing. And then the gorgeous head first slide into first base. I mean, into home plate. It was beautiful. It was just a thing of beauty. It is fun to slide head first into home plate because it's not raised above the ground, so you kind of slide right over it versus sliding it head first into a second or a third. You have the big bump on top of the ground, right? But when you slide at home, you slide right over. It's like a cruise. It's like a glide. It's really fun. So I felt his glide over the plate, and then the Adames was. You keep hearing about Adames being such a great clubhouse guy. I mean, he was the first guy out there. He was like tearing Ramos's by the jersey, tearing him up off the ground. I was like, this team has something magical happening, Paulie. And I think we need to really, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. No, I totally agree. No, I agree. There's something special going on down here right now. And again, I'm trying to remind myself about how early it is. But if you would have told me that we're on the brink of May is a couple of days away, literally. And right. Do you believe the first day of May is Thursday? What the hell? What the hell? Where's my Charles Grodin, by the way, when I need him? Yeah, I do. Let me give you some Grodin up in this piece.
What the hell? What the hell?
I'm all about what the hell. And I got to tell you that, you feel me?
What the hell? What the hell?
By the best part of that cut, though, is not only is Grodin saying what the hell, but if you listen carefully, you can hear Robert De Niro with a crowbar breaking into the car. Listen.
What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, like he's breaking into a car. They're about to steal a car. And that's like, go, what the hell? Tony, they're in first place. Like, yes, There's magic around this team. And so I got to say, greatest songs involving magic. Tony, I'll start. Here comes Ann and Nancy Wilson, the Hart sisters. Don't get enough love. I'm a fan of Hart. And they got that, try to understand. Try to understand. Down to the magic man. Boom, boom, better. Give me a song with magic, Tony. Go.
It's Magic by the Cars, please. Just what else do you need?
No reason to go any farther. You bring Okasik in, I'm satisfied. That's all I need to say.
You bring Okasik in for a video shoot and you have him walking across water of a swimming pool. That's what you do.
And he's like, guy's like 6'9". You know what I mean? Like pale as a ghost. He's like weirdest looking dude in history. Great songwriter, married a supermodel. This is why I always tell kids, pick up a guitar. Just start playing it. Just do something musical and start early. Because look, the next thing you know, you're walking over pools and you're marrying, supermodels. It's not a bad gig. Rest in peace. I miss Rick Ocasek. I like the card.
Can I also give a shout out to the Adam's apple of a Rick Ocasek? I mean, that was like a nice protruding Adam's apple. I mean, it probably helps with the vocals.
Oh, dude, the bird neck, the big Adam's apple. You're all over. And by the way, here they come. Jeff Winkler, Olivia Newton-John, Magic, great one. Noemi, you can do magic. Wow. Yes, America.
Yes.
Rising Wolf. Got a black magic woman. Tony, trivia for bonus points today. This is kind of shit we can do on our bonus minutes as soon as we get that ready for you. Who wrote Black Magic Woman?
Oh, Greg Raleigh?
No, I like where your head's at, though. He sang it. Greg Raleigh sang it with Santana, but they actually covered that from another band. Do you know whose song it is originally?
Hold on. Is it? Come on. The guitarist. Is it Neil Sean?
No. It's it's going to shock you now. Fleetwood Mac. That's a Fleetwood Mac song.
Oh,
yeah.
The Black Magic Woman. Is that a Peter Green Fleetwood Mac?
100%. 100. Yeah, it's all about Peter Green. That's a lot of people don't even know that. If you go like to the earliest days of Fleetwood Mac, they're like a jam heavy guitar band. Peter Green, guy kind of went off the deep end though, unfortunately, with drugs, and then they brought in like a whole new cast of characters and became the Fleetwood Mac we all know and love. Magical Mystery Tour. Thank you, Winks. Oh, also Lily Merchant. You're right. Get well, Carlos Santana. He had a health scare during a sound check a couple of days ago. I don't know if you heard about that, Tony. They had to take Carlos to the hospital, and I think it was a heart thing. Am I right, Lily? But I believe he's okay. I think he's okay.
Well, hey, dude, clean the pipes, put some stents in there. Do what you got to do to clean the pipes and get back doing what you do the best and what you love to do, man. But yeah, I want to Magic Power by Triumph, says Mark Graves.
Good one. Oh, look at Winks coming in now with the medical update. No, it was COVID. Okay, well, get well, Carlos, and take your COVID pills. And Patty from Napa, you want to know what? Me and you, kid. Me and you, because I love strange magic. I love it. I don't know what it is. I just bought how about this, Tony? I went down to Red Devil a couple of weeks ago. I go, hey, Barry, you got any ELO? I'm not even kidding. And I walked out of there with a double album. I got ELO's Greatest Hits. Great purchase because there's all kind of cool shit on there, including Strange Magic. I got a strange magic. Fun. It's the only band you can do like air violins with, Tony. It's very very rare.
Let's make a magic playlist or mixtape, and we're gonna send it to Bob Melvin, and then they can play it inside the Giants clubhouse and say, hey, this is compliments of the PMP Army. And then maybe we'll get I don't know, maybe we'll get Adamas to come on the show.
No disrespect to Rod Brooks, Tom Tolbert, Jumpin' Johnny Lund, any other of great broadcasters are out there. In fact, all those guys are far more polished than I am. And in terms of like the show itself, those guys all lap me like they're far superior to me. However, I got to just applaud this audience, dude. I love my freaking audience. And I tell you what, stuff like this is why. So as great as Tom is, as great as Jumpin' Johnny is, like, I'm not sure they get this kind of stuff because we got, where'd he go? I just had him right in my face. Ray, where'd you go, Ray? I had the great one from Ray, but he went flying.
Every little thing she does is magic. Is it every little thing she does is magic? The police? Yeah, I see Ray.
Thank you, Creative Tony. Thank you, Creative Tony. I'm a big Ghost in the Machine head, and Stuart Copeland on that track. He's off his ass on every little thing she does. Man, I love Stuart Copeland. All right, Tony, we got to go, dude. Here we go again, breaking all the rules, breaking the laws. We got to do Longbridge, and are we doing top 3? I don't even know what's going on.
No, we're not with that. The last thing I wanted to ask you about the top 3 was, Paulie, I just need you to rank. You just came back from 3 nights at the Sphere. I've been to the Sphere as well. I need you to rank for indoor arenas. Where does the Sphere rank? Because I know you hold MSG up here, as do I.
Yeah.
But I want to know, does Sphere just kind of take it above the Garden? Is it right here with the Garden? Is it a little below the Garden? Like, give me indoor, and like you can throw the Cow Palace in there too, because we both seen shows at the Cow Palace. Favorite indoor arenas, where does the Sphere rank? That would be my number 3 of Tony's top 3.
This is, again, more like ammunition and more like incentive for us to start offering like a bonus content thing. I'm dead serious. I'm not even joking, because I could talk easily for an hour about this. Easily. And I know you could too, because I could talk about the Cow Palace for an hour. I could talk about MSG for 2 hours. And I'll tell you this, Tony, I'll sneak in on the side. I'll throw the Boston Garden, the old Boston Garden up there. I saw the Grateful Dead in there, man. And that was like, it was kind of like church. It had like a Warfield vibe to it. It was very special in there for concerts. Yes, Tony.
I'll throw the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, where UNLV plays hoops. I've seen great shows at Thomas and Mack.
You know what I mean, Tony? You and me. I saw you two in there about 25 years ago. It was an amazing gig. Effing amazing. I saw the Rolling Stones in there too. The effing Stones. And you're right, tiny little room. It's a great place to show. Great place.
So the Sphere, but the Sphere does offer something that no other place offers. So that's why I'm curious.
Okay,
very curious. And the sound is so top notch, and the vibe of like walking into the Sphere from the Vegas Strip, or walking out of the Sphere into the Venetian, and like going into a whole nother like party type zone, a whole nother vibe.
Question for the judge, Creative Tony, the judge Tony. Question: does the Warfield count? After all, it is indoors.
Yeah.
You're talking like arenas, I think. I think
more arenas. Like Winks just said. LA Forum. I would put LA Forum in my top 5 for sure.
I love the LA Forum. I love the LA Forum for just what Led Zeppelin did in that goddamn building. You want to go read about the Zeppelin shows at the LA Forum. They would pull into LA and do 6 nights, and the town would get turned upside down. I love the LA Forum too. Tony, one more. Pour some out and rest in peace. Another great indoor room, not quite as big as a Garden, like a medium size. Remember the old Kaiser in Oakland? Henry J. Kaiser Auditorium. Great. Were you and I? That's the night you were running up and down the stairs. Tony, in fact, Winks and myself and Tony saw, I think it was Phil Lesh's 60th birthday show.
It was
Tony all wound up. That's all. I'll leave it at that. But Tony was all wound up at this show. And I remember Winks had a stomach virus. There was a lot going on. So he was going to the bathroom, and then I'd be looking for Winks, and I'd see Tony like running down the stairs of the section. I said, you went up and down the stairs like 100 times at that gig, and I'm not sure I want to know why. I don't know what you were doing.
I was feeling very good.
And it was a good show. I still remember they opened the second set. Second set opener, never seen this before or since. They opened with He's Gone. And I was like, wow, that's a good opener. Yeah.
You just stole my thunder, Paulie. That brought tears to my eyes that night. When I did take a pause from my sprinting the stairs was during He's Gone, and it brought tears to my eyes. That
okay.
Was incredible.
Thank you, Tony, and it was incredible. Thank you for the question. I'm going to say the Sphere is so unique that it's hard to compare because it's not like a traditional room. If you've never been, I really encourage you to go. Trust me, you will be blown away. It's an overwhelming experience. The sound is among the greatest sound systems you're ever going to hear. I'm thinking about how to say this. Like it's a sensory like feast. There's the visuals and the music. It's like a whole thing. So, is it my favorite indoor venue of all time? No, it's not. It's not. It's a very.
That's what I was asking for. That's what I was wondering. If you had to pick, okay, here's the final question, Paulie. If you had to pick one last arena show, where would you pick for that? Or where would you pick for that arena?
I'd probably go to Madison Square Garden. That's just me. I got feelings in there. I've been to probably more shows in that building than anywhere else, and it's a great room. It's New York City. I mean, the electricity's off the charts. So for me, MSG. How about you, T? One last indoor show. Where and why?
I would say MSG or Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah, dude. We didn't even mention the Oakland Coliseum. Great call. Yeah, a lot of great gigs over there.
Love that arena, man. And by the way, I see this movement happening on social media about people not wearing their shirts that they get for free that are sitting on the back of their chairs.
I know.
Hey, people, it's playoff basketball. Joe Lacob can wear it over his business shirt. So please put your shirt on. You know, Paulie,
not even please. Put the effing shirt on. Yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Ooh, nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, dude. Watch out for Steal Your Squatch. You banged your Sasquatch back there. I want him to be intact. That's great. And Tony, you are 100% right. I've noticed this disturbing trend to chase it. Like, now what are we? We're too fancy. We're too high end. We can't wear our shirt. And you're right. Joe goddamn Lacob has the Golden State Warrior t-shirt on over the dress shirt. When we saw Lacob at the Bruce Springsteen show, by the way, same maneuver. Dress shirt, but he had the Springsteen t-shirt over the dress. That's right. I'm here to rock, goddammit. And he looked awesome with the shirt. So you should do it too. I agree, Tony. It's a bad look.
Wear the freaking shirt. Wear the shirt. We're lucky to have playoff basketball. We're lucky to have Steph Curry. Steph Curry wants the front row wearing their shirts. It's not a fashion show, people. People treat NBA games like a fashion show.
I know.
Basketball.
I know. Tony, real quick. Two things. One, wear the shirt. Number two, take the pen. Wear the shirt, take the pen.
You know what? Hey, if you need to ask the security or concessions or somebody for scissors because you want to cut it into a tank or cut it into a half shirt, do it.
Yeah.
But still wear the shirt. Still wear the shirt. It's not hard. It's not hard. Wear the freaking shirt.
I'm with Tony 1,000% on that. And I don't like looking at the crowd, and I see all these high end, like upper crust types in the expensive seats, and they're all like Tony said, they get, like I'm showing off my my Salvatore Ferragamo shirt. Like, I don't want to see that. Throw on your goddamn strength and numbers. Tony, Longbridge Pizza. It's Longbridge Pizza time. What?
I love that you threw some Ferragamo in there, dude. That's phenomenal.
Because that's it. Like you said, they think it's some kind of fashion show, and it's not. Like, do you see my Jimmy Choo shoes? I don't want to see your Jimmy Choo shoes. I want to see the strength and numbers shirt. Like Tony, look at how good Tony looks now.
This is the 2015 Finals strength and numbers shirt.
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
You know what? Throw your Ferragamos away. Throw your Jimmy Choos away. Whatever you call it. What are they called? Jimmy Choos? I don't even know what those are.
Jimmy Choo,
Taylors. Give me some Chuck Taylors. Give me some Birkenstocks. Give me some flip flops and wear the shirt. Okay. Just wear the shirt. That's all.
Hey, by the way, this is for Don Peralta. Don Peralta with the Seinfeld quote: "Wear the ribbon. Who doesn't want to wear the ribbon?" By the way, that guy who's like giving Kramer a hard time at the age walk in that Seinfeld episode. Who doesn't want to wear the ribbon? That guy, whose name I'm not sure what he is, but that actor, dude, he has a role on the Godfather of Harlem, the Forrest Whitaker show on MGM Network, which I walk. By the way, it's a good series. That dude plays like a gangster in that movie, and it's hard for me to see him because I'm always thinking about the ribbon. Who doesn't want to wear the ribbon? And now he's over here like doing heroin deals with Forrest Whitaker. I'm like, I have a hard time dealing with that now after I know that he's the ribbon guy from Seinfeld. But anyway, just throwing that out there. Tony, fun show today, bro. Great to be back, and it's great to. You know what the best part about coming home is? I think I figured this out. Greatest thing about coming back to your own house through the Santa Rosa Airport, of course, is the coffee. When you get back home, you can start making your own coffee, and you're like, "Oh god damn, I needed this." Because it's never the same when you're in Vegas. Like you're picking up random cups here and there. It's not that good. You're like, "Damn, that." But now I'm home and I'm drinking the good stuff. It's like, so cheers to all of y'all. I got my coffee right here.
Hey, I think. Do I have that? Hold on, Paulie.
Yeah, I got my coffee. Yeah,
I think you're about to. I think you're about to be done. Do the Longbridge here, but do I have a coffee bite? I don't think.
Give me some. Yeah,
I
give me some.
I got this.
Fresh pot!
I got
One more time.
Fresh pot!
Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl in the studio. Yeah.
I thought I had got my coffee, but I guess I don't. I'll have to load it up here. But we'll make
We will. There's plenty of time, Tony. Longbridge Pizza, that's the place to be. I wish I could have brought some with me to Las Vegas over the weekend. That was like my only regret is the pizza we ate was not great, right, Winks? Really not that great. In fact, Winks, I think, took a bite and just threw the slice right back in the box. He was like, I'm not even going to mess with this. And I kind of feel you. It was like desperation time. It was like 3 a.m. We're starving. Might as well eat this up. But it wasn't Longbridge. Not even close. No. They didn't have a laid-back vibe either. I can tell you that. In fact, well, we kind of took over. We were running roughshod in this place, though, because there was like a bar. So while they were making the pizzas, we all just kind of pulled out chairs and now we're drinking at the bar. Had a great time, but the pizza was very, very suspect. Look at Winks. Heartburn Central. See? Heartburn. And I feel you, Winks. Hey, Winks, when I left the room yesterday, that box of pizza was still just sitting there. Just a box of pizza. I don't know who put it there. That's my Phil Les tribute for today. All right, guys, here we go. Longbridge Pizza, Neil Denardi, laid back vibe, serious pizza, longbridgepizza.com. Best thing, well, I shouldn't say the best thing about them, but one of the best things about them is that they deliver in the city. So if you're like tonight, you're coming home from work, you're like, I don't have time to cook. The dubs start in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? You call Longbridge and you say, you know what? Send over a Polymac particle pie and back it up with like an eggplant parm. Back it up with a chopped cheese sandwich. Back it up with a Vinny's Gabagool. Back it up with a square pizza. Tony, I see you motioning for timeout. I'm going to yield. What do you got?
I'm going to do Costanza. Back it up. Beep.
Yeah.
Beep. Beep.
Remember that one didn't last. He was like, no, you don't like that? Yeah.
I just want to let people know Longbridge it's Monday, so Longbridge is closed today. So I just want to remind people that they're closed today. But I just wanted to let them know that what Paul is saying is correct. Yes, except for Mondays. Like get on board for tomorrow and Wednesday, especially Wednesday for Game 5. Go watch the game. It's a 4:30 tip, by the way, on Wednesday. Just FYI. Go watch the game in Longbridge. And then also the Giants are back in town Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hosting the Rockies. 2 night games Thursday, Friday, 2 day games Saturday, Sunday. Get into Longbridge before or after the game. And don't forget to ask for Andre when you're in there. He'll take good care of you. Neil is there often. And also ask for Paulie Stash. You got the Polymac Particles Pizza, which I can actually, you know what? I like sharing this thing. The Polymac Particles Pizza right here. This one. Gosh darn it. I got to get rid of this thing. Sorry, guys.
You're good. No need to apologize. Creative Tony's in his laboratory doing laboratory stuff. It's all good. Yeah, look at that, man. Come on. Who's going to resist that? I got to say, it's a good likeness of me, too. Like with the hat, like that kind of looks like me. So, Dom, amazing work. 100% homegrown. It's smoking, y'all. And by the way, if people don't know this, Winks and I, the reason I say y'all all the time is that it's like that's like my Bob Weir tribute. Because Bobby says y'all. Like he'll say, we'll be back. In fact, you know what he said at the end of the first set on Saturday night? Winks and I were like high five, and this is what he said, because he usually goes, we'll be back in just a little bit, and then they leave the stage and they come back. This time he goes on Friday night, Tony, I'm not kidding, he goes, we're gonna take a short break, so y'all hang loose. Dude. Y'all hang loose. So anyway, that's why I say y'all all the time, because Bobby's always saying y'all. So anyway, get to Longbridge Pizza. You don't want to cook tonight. You want to watch playoff basketball. Giants off today, San Diego tomorrow. So we got more time to get into the Giants. And Tony's right. There is magic happening right now. Try to understand. It's a magic man. And then Tony, tomorrow we'll be back. We are well aware of the NFL draft and the 49er draft picks. But again, like Tony said, we had a big pre-show meeting, and Tony was like, dude, we got to go Dubs. We got to go Giants. We got to go Sphere. The draft is the draft. Those picks ain't going anywhere. There's no workouts going on, really. So we got time for football. I feel you. But I just don't want the audience to think like we're not. We're like ignoring that, because we're not. We're obviously probably bigger 49er fans than anything else. And so we will. Yeah.
The draft, they drafted an O lineman with their second to last pick. So the draft is not, they didn't have any concerns about the O line, I guess, Paulie. So I guess the O line is fine. So we can talk about that later. But Jordan James, running back out of Oregon. I like that pick. Sorry, go.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry about anything. I want all your takes. And by the way, it's like, again, this is why we keep talking about this thing. We want to start giving additional content for a very small $5 fee. We will give you all the draft talk you can handle. I'll give you an hour of Sphere stuff. But like Will Ferrell says in the Cut Tony place, I just don't know if we're gonna have enough time. So
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
not enough time. And that's the problem with the show as it's currently constructed. Like, we're being instructed to keep it tight, trying to keep it tight. Shout out Cheap Trick. She's tight. Underrated song. She's tight. She's ahead of her time. She's tight. Dude, she's tight. Robin Zander and Cheap Trick. You know it. You know she's tight.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah. Absolutely.
She's tight. You want to know what? I might listen to She's Tight today. It's a great track. You want to know who loves She's Tight? Watch this. In 3, 2, 1, here comes Rags. Rags is a monster She's Tight fan by Cheap Trick, doing their pop punk thing. All right, Tony, I got to go, Stacey. Yeah. I really got to go. What do you got?
2 things on the way out. If we want to have vibes and particles, that we today is Too Short's 59th birthday. So I hope that Too Short is in the house at Chase Center tonight for Dubs. I couldn't be a bigger. We all grew up on Too Short's music, so it's his 59th birthday. So there's particles right then and there. And then Paulie, I love the fact that it's a 4:30 tip on Wednesday. Who knows what? I mean, if the Dubs go 3-1, it could be a series clinch or win a game on Wednesday. So lots to dive into this week, man. It's going to be a very exciting week.
Question, Mr. Tony, on the way out the door. Like, Tony's teaching class today. Last question before you dismiss the class.
Yes.
I haven't even checked yet, and you're saying this is like the greatest news I've ever heard. You're telling me game effing 5 is at 4:30 on Wednesday?
4:30 p.m. Yes, 4:30 p.m.
That means we can watch the whole game and then do the night flight and talk about it. That's like the best thing ever.
Exactly. Yep, that's
okay. I gotta go. Here's what I'm going to be doing. I'll see you out on the streets, because right after the show here, I got to go to the grocery store. There's nothing to eat in the house. Nothing. I opened the fridge. It was like a fucking ghost town in there. I'm like, God, this is going to suck. Now I'm going to go out tomorrow right after my show, and I got to go spend like $500 on chicken. Have you guys seen the price of chicken? What the hell is going on? Tony, okay, 2 chicken breasts? I sent Winks a picture. I'm like, just so you guys know, I'm not talking shit. 2 chicken breast, $22, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
2 effing. So anyway, I'm about to go spend like $1,000 on groceries.
Hold on.
Come on. Don't bullshit me.
That's all.
I ain't. No, Schwarzenegger knows. He knows. He's paying the same chicken price as I am, and it's brutal. Tony, give me a Professor Roth dismissing the class, if you could. Yeah, thank you. Had a great time today. Great to see you. Great to see Don Peralta, Miguel, Rags, Sanchi, Ray Goodman, dude. You and me on every little thing she does is magic. I'm all over that. Noemi, Sanchi, I like to say that twice sometimes. Lily Merchant, Jeff Winkler. Who am I forgetting? Noemi, there you are with your wine glass. Very nice. Are you doing a Spock thing at me? Are you chucking a Spock hand?
I just did to the song. I was just going. That's a mork from Mork Nanu Shazbot. That's what
Shazbot Nanu. Also, Stevie B, what's up, man? I hope you had a good weekend. Aaron Kask, Sanchi, Matt Stenson, John Joseph. Dude, I hardly got to talk to my guy John Joseph today. Escobar III. Love all of y'all. Great to be back in the Bay. Tony's got something else. Go ahead.
I got one more thing, Paulie. I just want to remind people on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and TuneIn is the audio versions of these. Just search at Polymax Particles on YouTube. Subscribe and like to all the stuff there that is at Polymax Particles. Also, Bay Area Sports Collective. Tom Tolbert will be going. Tom Tolbert was recording Saturday night after Game 3. He might be doing something tonight after Game 4. So look for that on Tom Tolbert's page, BayAreaSC.com, at Bay Area Sports Collective. For YouTube, also, I think Rod Brooks is going live tonight after the Warriors game. John Lund tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. And I also just wanted to say happy birthday to Leah Phillips. I wanted to say happy birthday to Rising Wolf. I want to say happy birthday to
happy birthday, Rising Wolf. Yeah, hell yeah. Nice.
Yesterday. And then happy birthday to Chuck Lavelle. Turned 73 today as well, Paulie. So just
plays piano with the Stones, played piano on Jessica by the Allman Brothers. I love Chuck Lavelle. By the way, Tony, you see what the problem is here? We said at the beginning, I'm only going 60 today. Gosh darn it, I'll only do 60 minutes and not a freaking second longer. Here we are, dude, an hour and a half deep. Once again, the shows are getting longer and longer, and it's just because we're having a good time, and we really appreciate all the attention and time that you guys give us. Monica Lopez, Joe Schmo, Patty from Napa. If I missed you guys, I love all of y'all. I really do. Monica, thank you. Joe Schmo. Always with Joe Schmo. Tony, we do the best we can, but we had 90 minutes worth of stuff today, and that's just what happened. But now I got JC like in the back of my head going tight. She's tight. Cheap Trick. She's tight.
Nice.
I'll do the best I can.
11 a.m., Paulie. 11 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be back 11 a.m. tomorrow, hopefully celebrating a Dubs win, going up 3-1.
Okay.
And prepping for Giants, Padres, and Dubs Game 5.
I got to go to the grocery store and drop about $700, Tony. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not sadly not exaggerating. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Paulie Mac Particles. Go Dubs. Let's go, guys. Let's wrap this S, dude. Let's get both games on our floor. Throw your shirts on. Strange Magic. Steph Curry. Will Jimmy Butler play? Get that 2-ply red. Dude, we didn't even have time to talk 2-ply. I got to talk 2-ply with you. I kept thinking about that. I was like, has he got the 2-ply under the velvet suit? Because Jimmy looks awesome. Jimmy looking so cool. But I'd rather see Jimmy on the floor, dude. I'd rather see him going to the rim and doing all that Jimmy Butler stuff. In the meantime, go Dubs. Game 4 tonight. We'll see all of y'all tomorrow. Thank you, Tony, for everything. You freaking rule. And we'll see everybody in the particle community. Hey, Karen Bell, good to see you, but got to go. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace, y'all.